Have you ever felt like your head is just overflowing? Not with brilliant ideas or future plans, but with voices. The voices of your parents, your friends, social media, even the vague standards of society. They all seem to tell you who you're supposed to be, how you're supposed to act, what you're supposed to achieve. And you, unconsciously, try to gather all these expectations, hoping to fulfill every single one of them. But in the end, you just feel tired, empty, and further away from your true self. As if your identity is just a collection of reflections from what other people say.
Relax. You're not going crazy. That feeling is totally normal in this hyper-connected world. It's just how many of us get trapped. And whether you accept it or not, the truth is, so many of us try so hard to be the perfect version in other people's eyes that we forget what the best version of ourselves actually looks like. Before we dive deeper into how to break free from these shackles of expectation and finally hear your inner voice again, remember, if this video resonates with you, hit that like button so more people can find it. Share it with a friend who might be struggling to find their identity amidst the noise of others' voices. And subscribe if you like content that makes you think and offers a gentle yet firm wake-up call. Let's get started.
Have you ever realized that from a young age, we're taught to listen? Listen to teachers, listen to parents, listen to our elders. There's nothing wrong with that, of course. But the problem is, without us realizing it, our ears become overly sensitive to every input from the outside. And unfortunately, not all that input is constructive. Some say you have to succeed in this field, even if your passion is somewhere else. Some say your appearance isn't good enough, even if you're comfortable with how you look. Some say your lifestyle has to be a certain way to be accepted, even if that's not who you are. We get busy collecting pieces of our identity from what people say. Every compliment we cherish, every criticism we overthink. In the end, your self-image isn't a result of your own reflection anymore, but a random mosaic of others' expectations and opinions. You felt it, right? When you want to do something out of the box, suddenly there's a voice in your head saying, "What will so-and-so think?" Or, "What if it doesn't meet their expectations?" That's the problem. We end up living in an expectation prison that we built ourselves from external voices.
So, why do we get so deeply trapped? Simply put, because we all need to be accepted and loved. From birth, we naturally seek validation and connection. Unfortunately, many of us learn that the best way to get that validation is by meeting other people's standards. You become a people pleaser. You often say yes when your heart says no. You follow trends that don't align with your soul. You pretend to like things just to fit in. Why? Because you're scared. Scared of rejection. Scared of being overlooked. Scared of being alone. And the impact? It's clear. First, you lose your direction. Your life compass breaks down because of too many signals from outside. You no longer know what you really want or need. Second, you easily burn out. Maintaining an image that isn't truly you is incredibly exhausting. Every day feels like performing on an endless stage. And third, and most severe, you lose your true self. You become a stranger to your own feelings, your own values. You become a counterfeit version that many people like, but that doesn't make you happy.
So, how do you break free from this trap? The key is listen to your inner voice again. Not the voice that screams for recognition,
Not the voice that's paranoid about being judged, but the calm voice, which has always been there, long before all those expectations piled up. How? Start with this. First, realize that you have full control over your ear filter. You can choose which voices you want to hear and which ones you should ignore. Not every opinion needs to be absorbed. Some are just noise that causes headaches. Second, dare to be honest with yourself. What do you really want? What truly excites you? What makes you feel whole even when no one's watching? Answer these questions without thinking about what will people say. It might be difficult at first because the external voices have been too loud, but keep trying. Third, turn down the volume of other people's voices. This doesn't mean you become antisocial or arrogant. It means you learn to limit your exposure to things that trigger self-doubt. Maybe unfollow accounts that make you insecure. Maybe be more selective about listening to unconstructive criticism. Focus on genuine connections that accept you for who you are. Remember, you have an internal compass. It's called intuition, conscience, or just your inner voice. This is the most authentic guide you possess. Most of us, our compasses are broken because of too many GPS signals from other people. We follow routes given by others, but those routes don't lead to our own happiness. So start with small steps. Choose one small thing you truly want to do today without thinking about anyone else's reaction. Maybe it's just wearing an outfit you love but never dared to, or watching a movie you really want to see even if your friends say it's boring. Just do it. Celebrate every tiny step forward in listening to yourself. This is a process, not magic. Nothing happens instantly. As you begin to value and act according to your inner voice, slowly but surely, you will feel a change. You'll be calmer, more authentic, and happier.
And, this doesn't mean you'll never hear external voices or expectations again. That's impossible. The world is dynamic. But resilience isn't about avoiding problems. Resilience is about how strongly you can stand in the face of a storm of other people's opinions. Wisdom isn't about being someone who's never judged, but wisdom is knowing which opinions are relevant for your growth and which are just distracting noise. You don't need to seek validation all the time. You don't need to prove yourself to everyone. Your life's purpose isn't to satisfy them, but to fulfill your own potential. Remember, every time you choose to listen to yourself over others' voices, you're building muscles of resilience. You're strengthening the foundation of your true self, and that's what truly matters.
So from now on, stop seeking self-expectations from the voices of others. Come back to yourself. Look in the mirror and ask, what truly makes me happy? What do I truly believe in? You write the script, you create the plot, and you also decide who deserves to walk alongside you in your story, supporting you in being you. Because life isn't about being an extra on someone else's stage. It's about you finally realizing, I am the main character in my own life. If this video made you think and resonated with you, drop a comment below. I read every single one. Don't forget to like, share it with a friend who might need this insight, and subscribe for more engaging content about life. See you in the next video. Keep upgrading your brain.